Hi, I am Zach Paris. I am the pastor of Lutheran Campus Ministry at the University of Colorado in Boulder. I am an alumnus of Clemson University and was involved in campus ministry way back in 2002 to 2006. And that is why I have a picture of a tiger here behind me. Oh, wrong shoulder. Yep, there it is. Picture of a tiger. It is a good question. It's such a good question that's what I asked students this past week at our student organizations fair and at our spiritual awareness fair. I wrote the question really big on a piece of paper. I put it on a table and I asked students to write their answers to the question on the piece of paper. And I got a lot of really interesting responses. Can Jesus microwave a burrito so hot that even he can't eat it? Why isn't it my birthday every day? What's the meaning of life? What am I supposed to do after I graduate? And how do I know that your plan is the best plan? These are all really good questions to ask God, but I think the question that I want to ask God is, who am I? I mean, I know that I can come up with a really good theological answer. I can say and I can know in some sense that I am a baptized child of God, a beloved one who is claimed in the waters of the font of a little church in Gastonia, North Carolina. But I don't know exactly what that means all the time. I want to know the how. How am I supposed to be the person that I really am? How am I supposed to be the person that God is calling me to be? Lately, I've really got into a couple of different TV shows, and one of them is Breaking Bad. And my favorite character on Breaking Bad, without question, is Saul. Saul, if you're familiar with the show, is a sleazeball lawyer. And throughout the 5 seasons of the show, he has remained a sleazeball lawyer. He knows that he is a sleazeball lawyer, and I love his character. And I think I love it so much because he knows exactly who he is. Unlike Walt and some of the other characters in the show, he's not wrestling with his identity. He is in this game to make money, and that's what he's going to do. He knows he's a sleazeball lawyer. He's going to act like a sleazeball lawyer. And in some ways, I'm jealous of Saul. I want to know exactly who I am so that I can know exactly what it is I'm supposed to do. The truth is, I don't always know exactly how God is calling me to live out this identity. This identity is one loved and chosen by God. Daily, it feels like I wrestle with figuring out exactly who I am. Is this the right thing to do? When I was at Clemson, I actually studied civil engineering, and here I am in the basement of a church where I work as a campus pastor. Is that how I'm supposed to live this out? And this question of identity is a part of why I love campus ministry. It seems to be one of the most central moments in folks' lives at this juncture. I love being here at this space where that question is always being asked, where the possibilities and the opportunities are vast and innumerable, and they're all laid out there right before you. It's exciting, right? Each one represents this new adventure of answering that question of who I am and how I am the person that I am. As much as I love this question keeps me up at night, literally. I had a spectacular college experience. I've had an incredible journey of discerning my vocational identity, of figuring out exactly what God is calling me to do. I thought maybe by the time I was 30, I'd have a really clear answer to this question, and I've got 2 months to go, and I just don't see it happening. The trouble with this question is not just that we don't get a little letter with our baptismal candle that says, Zachary W. Paris, you have been called to be a hamster veterinarian. No, the trouble is that we only get to do this like once, right? That I probably am not going to be a hamster veterinarian. I'm probably not going to be called I'm probably not going to be able to experience it to figure out if I was called to be some sort of crazy Russian Siberian researcher person. That I have to make choices, right? That I can't just sit here at this intersection of all of these other folks' fabulous vocational paths and daydream and romanticize about all the different things in ways that I could live out God's calling. No, I get to pick my path. I get to be called down this one route. See, today I'm a campus pastor and not a civil engineer, and tomorrow I will probably also wake up and continue to be a campus pastor and not a civil engineer or a forest ranger or a hamster veterinarian. The thing is, I want my life and my work as a campus pastor, as a husband, as a son, as with all the different hats that I wear, I want that life and work to matter, to make a difference. And I know that the various routes that my life takes and the infinite number of decisions that come at an infinite number of forks in the roads, they will give shape to my life and they will affect the way that my life and my work matters and makes a difference in the world. And that can be a lot to bear, a lot to carry with us. So I want a straight answer from God on this one. Probably my favorite response from students was the question, why isn't it my birthday every day? And I want to use that question as a way of responding to my own question, to responding to the question of who am I? In a sense, it is my birthday every day, that daily and regularly we remember it is our baptismal birthday, that we're born anew over and over again, to try over and over again to live into who it is that God is calling us to be. I like that idea. I like the image of not having to carry the pressure of having to make the right decision at every fork, every time I come to a fork in the road. That sounds really good to me. But I'm not sure that I'm going to let you guys or let God off the hook so quickly on this one. Because like I said, tomorrow when I wake up and take a shower and remember again that I'm born anew, I'm still going to be a campus pastor. I'm still going to be a husband. I'm still going to be a son. I can't just recreate and remake everything every day. And so what do I do with that? What do I do with the reality that there are some decisions I have made and paths that I have chosen that I will continue to walk in the days and years that lie ahead because I chose those paths years ago? Thank you for letting me be a part of your conversation and your discussion. I hope that my remarks have provoked some thought, some conversation, perhaps some questions among yourselves. I don't know what happens next, but I'm going to assume that the next 15 to 20 minutes will be spent in an in-depth conversation talking about whether Jesus could heat Hot Pocket so hot that even he couldn't eat it. I am very interested in this question because if Jesus indeed ate Hot Pockets, then we've got some great marketing potential. We got t-shirts and cups that we could do, right? Because if Jesus ate Hot Pockets, we can make sure it said Jesus ate Hot Pockets for our sins, which would be way worse than Jesus died for our sins because, I've had a Hot Pocket before and it's really not good. So let me know how that conversation goes. Thanks.